Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here with the Charlinator. He's all wet, coming from a swim. You know, I thought it was a dead deal, so to speak, but I got to bring up the Michael Brown, Darren Wilson shooting case because it hit the news again, and I forgot to make a video on it. I just want to get this out. You don't have to watch it or respond. This is more to get it out of my system. Sometimes this shit boils inside, and I got to let it out. Disclaimer is, look, I'm never happy when anybody dies, for the most part. Now, I do see some ISIS guys get blown apart, and that does give me movement downstairs, a movement of excitement. But the truth of the matter is, for the most part, people that die, and are killed, murdered or shot legitimately, or typically they have families, and, I don't wish that on anybody. I'm not an animal. But, no offense to you guys. Actually, we are animals. I am a human animal. Okay, anyways, look. Some absolute half-cocked nutcase who's so broke and tired of living in some roach-filled apartment in Hollywood, which Hollywood is pretty much a dive if you haven't been there. I wouldn't live in Hollywood if you paid me, literally, paid me mortgage just to live there, paid me a mortgage. But this guy's just some wannabe loser who is trying to make a buck. So he comes up with a surveillance videotape of Michael Brown. I guess it's about 11 hours before the incident, before he was killed. And he's doing some kind of drug transaction in the store. Here, I'll give you, this is what the theory is. There's no proof of this, but it's like, hey, I'll give you this bag of weed and you give me some cigarillos, and leave them here, I'll pick them up later, like a barter thing. And then the guy, so it shows he's a nice guy. He's just a small level drug dealer. So therefore, that means that the case should be reopened, and he was clearly murdered because he was a nice dude just trying to barter. For those of you that are unclear on the concept of justifiable homicide, I'm going to make it very clear to you right now so that we can put the Michael Brown thing to rest. It doesn't matter. And this is like a layman's version of breakdown of the laws of justifiable homicide, which the killing of Michael Brown was, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter if Michael Brown had just donated an organ to a child 6 hours before the killing, and then on his way to the store saved 26 children from a burning bus. And then as he passed by a church, went in and made a donation of $10 million, and then was killed by Officer Darren Wilson. None of that matters. The only thing that matters when you pop a cap in somebody's ass and cause them to meet Jesus personally is what is going on at the time. It rarely, and I mean rarely, matters about what the guy was doing prior to. In other words, it's those moments just before and just during the shooting that count. Okay, so let's say I walk by a church and I walk in and I donate $1 million, but then I go out and I attack a police officer and try to take his gun and he kills me. Justifiable homicide. It makes no difference about my little donation to the church. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. It should be crystal clear that the Michael Brown killing was absolutely justified, in anybody, and I want to say this with authority, with some authority, anybody that's not clear on that, or anybody that refuses to accept that, is just a full-blown racist or a cop-hating bottom feeder. Because, I'm not jumping for joy that Mike Brown died, but I'd rather have him die than Darren Wilson. Darren Wilson's whole life got screwed up over this, and he didn't do anything wrong except save his own life. Very typical for cops these days. That's why I'm glad I'm retired, not wearing a badge. You get thrown under the bus, and they would rather force you into resigning or fire you than look bad in the eyes of the racist public and the anti-cop public. It's just not worth it to me, and that's why I'm constantly reminding you cops, to really try and just answer your radio calls. And if you see some big dude in the middle of the street, drive past him. If he flips you off, drive faster. It ain't worth it, So that's just my little addendum to the Michael Brown case. You know, Mike Brown's family, if you're watching, sorry, man. I mean, you know, this is what happens. The common saying that's running around now all over the internet is if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and that's what happened. Mike Brown played a stupid game, and he won a really stupid prize. So who knows where he's at, but he's there because of his actions. That's it. Hope everybody's doing good. LMS Tactical, I'm out.